Hello and welcome back to week 1 of the PBA, and we have a double header here today on Saturday. Starting things off with an exciting match, we have the Marana Kabutops versus the Beanboyblue Platypunks. Both these teams going into the season looking really good. Sigmund, the runner-up from the previous season, ended with the 2nd seed overall, finished in 2nd place, made to the finals. With a pretty well-rounded draft overall. More offensive than defensive, but still definitely capable of getting those wins. And meanwhile, we have the Beanboyblue Platypunks. Bean, who is a big fan of Gen 3. I know he's been grinding on the ladder since we announced the season. He's been practicing, especially practicing with his box. Bean came out of the draft with some really good Pokemon. Not necessarily like as much of a smash hit as Poke's draft, but given what options he had available, he made out pretty well. He ended up with the Skarmbliss defensive core, a defensive backbone on top of Suicune and Claydol and Dusclops, so a really well-rounded defensive team, and with some fun mixed attacking threats as well, like Flygon and Charizard and Zapdos. So his team has a lot of modes, has a lot of directions it can go in, so I'm excited to see how this matchup goes. So let's check it out. Let's jump into our commentary of this set. As always, this is a blind reaction, so we're going to cease things for the first time. Let's jump into game 1. And we have Charizard coming in. That's a fun lead into the Magneton. Going to try to avoid a Fire Blast, and in doing so, Charizard's going to go off a substitute. Hidden Power Grass is now going to be able to come out and chunk this Starmie, maybe about 50% or so. Oh, 61%. Sorry. Excuse me. A Hydro Pump threatens to kill this Charizard, so Blissey's going to have to come in here. Yep, and there it is to tank that. 17% doesn't mind coming in on that. A T-Wave is probably what's going to come out from Blissey. Or no, a Calm Mind. Ooh. Calm Mind. Bean has said in the past that he loves Calm Mind Blissey. Heracross going to take this opportunity. Oh my gosh, that crit was huge. That crit was humongous. A resisted Mega Horn. Oh man, this Heracross is terrifying. Now Charizard has proven that it's faster, and there's the Flamethrower going to be able to take care of Heracross, so the threat is gone. Doug is in, that's interesting. Probably going to do a Rock Slide, yeah, it needs to. It's an interesting switch in for the Charizard. That's an even more interesting switch in for the Flygon. Metagross now going to take a huge amount from the Flygon Earthquakes. Surprised Starmie hasn't come in. And there it is with Ice Beam, yep. Blissey once again coming in, does not mind taking a chunk there. You gotta imagine Bean also has Skarmory in the back. Dugtrio coming in, but Blissey at full HP is not gonna really be too worried about this Earthquake. Hidden Power, is that Hidden Power Grass? From the Blissey, I guess, to deal with Swampert. That's interesting. Instead of Ice Beam, we see Hidden Power Grass from Blissey, that's fun. Earthquake crit is able to get rid of Blissey. It's a very interesting match. Sigmund getting some big crits. Definitely helping him out. And then Hydro Pump cleans up Charizard. Zapdos is in now. Are we going to see Agility? No, Thunderbolt. You gotta imagine there's HP something on this dose. Is it going to get flinched? It does not. However, now it is chunked considerably, and the Ice Beam from Starmie is threatening Zapdos and the Flygon. Is this thing going to be able to clean up the rest of Bean's team? Is it Skarmory? There it is. So Thunderbolt on the Skarm, but Magneton is here. So Mag just is able to come in. But it's the HP ground YOLO Skarm. We've seen that in another set so far. That's fun. Able to take care of that. And does a decent amount to Jirachi as well. That's awesome. The Avatar is here. But I don't even know if the Avatar state will save this Jirachi from an Earthquake from Flygon. However, I do think Starmie, with a combination of Ice Beam and Thunderbolt, is going to be enough to clean up. I don't imagine... Yeah, I don't think HP Ground or anything Drill Peck is going to be enough, and it's just shy. 39%. Just shy. Sigmund was able to get the crits, and Bean was not. Sigmund itches out the Game 1 win. That was a really tight match. Besides that tie we had last night, I think that was our tightest match this week so far. It came down to the wire. I don't know if that... I'm curious if that was a range on that Drill Peck. Did 39% and needed about 44%? That was tough. So Sigmund takes game 1. Let's go to game 2. Now Bean committing to the Charizard lead. Sigmund going to switch his lead to Metagross. We know he still has the same team, though. Bean perhaps may have changed his team. We don't know if his 6 is different. Hidden Power... Is that Hidden Power Rock? I feel like Hidden Power Rock would probably one-shot the Charizard, so I don't think it's that. Is this special attacking Metagross something like a Hidden Power Electric? Hidden Power Water? Either way, Metagross is down, and Heracross once again coming in on the Blissey. And yeah, that proves that is definitely Hidden Power Grass. Heracross is resisting it. Focus Punch incoming now. Fire Blast from Blissey. That was risky. If that Fire Blast missed... that Blissey was gone. And there it is. Oh, Heracross still not dead, though. Heracross has some decent bulk, actually. Charizard going to come in now. Not really afraid of the Mega Horn, even if it hit. Would have been a quad resist. Praise Gleezus. And then we got Starmie coming in, once again, proving to be a really nice kind of revenge killer. Really fast with really solid coverage. The only thing it can't really revenge kill is a Blissey. But Doug, seeing Blissey at 48%, is looking hungry. He wants to come in and finish that off. Only doing 44% though. Bean finally getting those crits. Not necessarily super important in this scenario. Now, metagame heads would tell you the strat here is just to stall out the Doug, make it struggle, just keep pressing soft boil, but you do risk the crit. That's more common when Porygon 2 switches in on the Doug, though. I don't know if that's really smart for the Blissey with the crits. Calm Mind on the Suicune, but the para hurts. And another crit from Sigmund. Oh my goodness. He's getting a lot of critical hits here. Oh, and the Jirachi outspeeds the Flygon. I did not expect it to, actually. Flygon more bulky, I guess. Some good damage from the fire flamethrower, but Thunderbolt's able to clean that up. Even so, with Doug, Metagross, and Heracross gone, I'm not sure what Blissey does here, or what Sigmund does here to break through Blissey. Bean has shown this is a Calm Mind Blissey. And are we going to see a Calm Mind War take place here? Sigmund's saying, no, I'd rather just freeze you. He'd rather go for the 20% chance to either crit you or freeze you. Well, 20% chance to freeze you and, what, 1 in 16 chance to crit you. Now, this Blissey does have Fire Blast, I believe, so Sigmund may want to try to catch up on the Calm Minds, otherwise this Blissey's about to just nuke you. No freeze is pretty crazy, actually. A 20% chance in all these times he's thrown it out. There it is. Okay, it did happen. Will Fire Blast thaw, though? Is that how this works? Does Fire Blast do that in this gen? It does not, it would seem. I'm assuming Bean is trying to click his Fire Blast. Unless it's a different Blissey from game 1. Now Jirachi has caught up. I don't know if it's going to matter. Blissey will surely thaw out at some point. Okay, well, there's a crit. Sigmund is good at hitting those crits. He has the RNG on his side. Finally thawed out with the soft boiled with leftovers recovery. I mean, Blissey gets one more Calm Mind off, and we're going to struggle to see any major progress made unless you get like 2 crits in a row. What's the PP looking like on Ice Punch? 13, about halfway done with Ice Punch. Has Thunderbolt as well, could maybe go for some para. Still, relying heavily on some crits here. I mean, if anybody's going to get crits, it seems it's going to be Sigmund today. So, we'll see. I was asking earlier, you know, how will Sigmund break through this Blissey? And I guess this is it. This is the answer. He needs to get some freeze and crit luck, it would seem. Don't know if it's going to be enough, though. As soon as this Blissey thaws out, I have a feeling that Fire Blast is going to come out. Yeah. Maybe a soft boiled followed by a Fire Blast. Here we are. So how was everyone else's day? It's getting having a lot of freeze turns. This Blissey's been frozen for like 7 turns in a row or something. Thawed out, soft boiled. Ice punch. Now we ice punch again. Problem is, I don't know if the Jirachi has. Maybe it says a Wish Jirachi. Could be clicking Wish here. Oh, we don't see a recovery attempt from Sigmund. Another freeze. Oh my gosh. Maybe we don't play Gen 4 OU next season after seeing this Jirachi chicanery happening before our eyes. I have to come up with a new word of the week next week instead of chicanery. Vinny in the chat, I hate everything about this. Yeah, this is engaging gameplay. I mean, I respect what's happening here. If either player switches out, they surrender. So you can't do that. The problem is, Blissey only has 4 Fire Blasts left, so... And Hidden Power Grass is its other move. It's a really awkward position for Bean. He can PP stall out. Ice Punch is down to 6, and Thunderbolt is down to 2. I don't think Jirachi is going to be able to finish off the Blissey, if I'm being honest. I think we need like 2 crits in a row. If that doesn't happen, then it's curtains for this Jirachi. Sigmund just finds himself in scenarios where he's stuck staring down Chansey and Blissey. Last season, his Sableye was stuck in a duel with a Chansey. This season, his Jirachi is stuck in a duel with this Blissey. And he is out of all attacking moves. Or no, he still has 2 Thunderbolts, I'm sorry. A burn on this Jirachi would be huge from the Fire Blast, but can't get it so far. Let's see. Can we get a burn? Or at least just one more Fire Blast. There it is! And the Jirachi has fallen after, what, 50 turns? That's true, Vinny, and he also had to stare down your Toxapex in a previous season. That Toxic would have been amazing 50 turns ago. That's tough. Hidden Power Grass being resisted, but with a ×4 Calm Mind boost. Doesn't really matter. Blissey should be able to just clean up despite the Toxic on it. Switching out, wow. Yeah, I guess so. And it looks like Bean is going to take this one. Oh, man. That was something. That game 2 was something. Alright. Both players taking it to game 3. That Ice Beam crit? Yeah, that could have been something. But the Blissey was in the back. I don't think it would have mattered. Blissey would have tanked anything that Starmie could throw out. So let's jump into game 3 now. Let's see what game 3 is all about. How are both these players going to conclude this set? Who will earn the badge this week? Flygon entering on Magneton. That's a great opening. Heracross going to come in on the Earthquake. Is that a Choice Band Flygon? That was some good damage. A Salackberry would be huge here. It is not, though. Is that a Choice Band Flygon? That's doing some good damage, close to 50%. Ooh, Doug catching the Blissey, trapping it, but Hidden Power Grass gonna chunk Doug as well. Sigmund saying, I am done with this Blissey. Get it out of here. So we will not be having any Blissey shenanigans this game. However, Suicune coming in now. And this is something I spoke about with Sigmund earlier in the week. I do believe his team has a significant Calm Mind Suicune weakness. But Choice Band Flygon Earthquake is also going to be a big problem against your Jirachi. Content to let the Flygon go at this point. It's definitely done a good job. That allows Zapdos to come in for free. Yeah, and Suicune can just come in on the Doug, especially if it's going to be throwing out a Rock Slide there. It has to commit to something with a Choice Band. Calm Mind Suicune looking like a problem to break through at this point. Might just want to boom here with Metagross just to get rid of it. Special attack. So yeah, I believe that's Hidden Power Grass or Electric, not sure. And yeah, let's just boom to make sure the Suicune is gone. And it's Bean's final 3 versus Sigmund's final 3. This has been a great set so far, and there it is. There's Breloom. Awesome to see Breloom. Spore's going to come out here, I would think, on a potential switch. And now Breloom is just free to click Focus Punch or Leech Seed if it desires, if something switches in. And there it is, gonna suck this Doug dry. Technically the smarter move, you end up with that interaction with more HP. Clicking Leech Seed on the Starmie, that's good. Nothing really wants to switch it on an Ice Beam. That's gonna hurt the Charizard too. How do we break through this Starmie? Zapdos, yep. And Zapdos had 100% HP, so Zapdos could come in here. Thunderbolt. I would expect the Mag switch here. You need to preserve Starmie in this endgame. It's good damage on the Mag. No Para. But letting Zapdos get chunked down, is Starmie going to be able to clean this up? Does Starmie Ice Beam the rest? Let's see how this ends up. So, I'm pretty sure Starmie closes out here. Man. Starmie's one of those catch-all Pokemon. It's just got such good coverage. Bolt Beam coverage and a really good speed tier. That was an awesome set. I think both players played fantastic. Man. And this is one of those fun sets where Sigmund technically ended -1 on Pokemon differential. +1, -3, +1. So Sigmund may have won the battle, but Bean has won the differential war. Sorry, not Ween. His name is Beanboyblue, not Beanboyblue. That's interesting. That was a really good set. Tough loss for Bean. Really good win for Sigmund. Hard to be upset in either scenario. I do feel like there were some really good crits for Sigmund, especially in like game 1. That may have let things go his way. It's hard to say. But in the end of the day, Sigmund came out with the dub. And we saw some really good Pokemon. So congrats to both players. Congrats to Sigmund earning his week 1 badge. Getting the dub. And I look forward to seeing what both these players do in the coming weeks. I have a strong feeling we're going to be seeing Marana and Beanboyblue in the playoffs. Maybe even we get a rematch later down the road. That would be fun to see. So, good stuff from both players. And thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for watching this PBA gameplay. We got one more match this week. Coming up later, we have the Fiji Firts versus the Atlanta Altaria. That should be another good one. So, thanks for tuning in, guys, and catch you later.